All right. What's up, you guys? Happy Saturday. Brian here with a real quick TNA Slammiversary 2025 predictions video for tomorrow night's Slammiversary event. Of course, Slammiversary happens tomorrow night, and it will be live from the UBS Arena in Elmont, New York. 9 huge matches. We will be seeing an appearance by the phenomenal AJ Styles, as confirmed this past Thursday night at the end of Impact. I think, in my opinion, I think it might have something to do with maybe him going into the TNA Hall of Fame. Who knows? We'll have to wait and see. But let's talk about the matches that are going to be happening tomorrow night at Slammiversary. On the pre-show, before Slammiversary, in a 6-man tag team match that honestly is very interesting, we will see the TNA International Champion Steve Maclin, Jake Something, and Mance Warner team up to make an unlikely team, to say the very least, to take on what is being called on the because I'm looking at the Wikipedia page for the matches, and it has the Rope Breakers, team of Real One, the former Enzo Amore in the WWE, Real One, Zilla Fatu, and Josh Bishop. Now, this is going to be an interesting 6-man tag team matchup happening on the pre-show, because Maclin, Jake Something, and Mance Warner recently were against each other. Now they got to team up. You know, obviously there's not going to be any trust issues. There's going to be trust issues there. Real One, Zilla Fatu, and Josh Bishop, you know, they bring their own unique as a team. I'm going to go, as far as picking a winner, I'm going with Real One, Zilla Fatu, and Josh Bishop, because I feel like Maclin, Something, and Warner are going to disintegrate as a team. And that's what's gonna help Real One, Zilla Fatu, and Josh Bishop win. Also on the pre-show tomorrow night for the TNA Knockouts World Tag Team Championships, it will be the Elegance brand, Ash and Heather by Elegance, with M by Elegance and the Personal Concierge, as they defend against the Inspiration, Cassie Lee, and Jessica McKay. Now, this one, I mean, we've seen in the past that the Personal Concierge and M by Elegance can play a role in these matches, in any kind of tag match that Ash and Heather by Elegance are involved in. Do I see that happening? Yeah. But I'm going to say that the Inspiration, Cassie Lee, and Jessica McKay will walk out as the new TNA Knockouts World Tag Team Champions tomorrow night. Now to the main show. Moose will defend the X Division Championship against Leon Slater, who is looking to make history, becoming the youngest X Division champion in TNA history. Can he do it against a powerhouse like Moose? Someone who's been to the top of the mountain, not only as X Division champion, but also TNA World Champion. We'll have to wait and see, but I think he can. I think the young man can do it. Moose, I think, is taking this man, Leon Slater, a little too lightly, and when you take someone too lightly, they wind up pulling off the upset. So I'm going to go with Leon Slater for the win. And that's my official prediction for that one. In an 8-man tag team match, Dark State from NXT, that being Dion Lennox, if I'm butchering these dudes' names, Osiris Griffin, Saquon Sugars, and Cutler James. They're going to be taking on Matt Cardona and the other 3 members of the system, Brian Myers, Eddie Edwards, and JDC. Now, Dark State, they're a cohesive unit. However, on the other side of things, Matt Cardona and the system, Matt Cardona and Brian Myers have teamed up in the past, but they're kind of teasing something with Cardona and Myers maybe joining together again as a team, because Myers, anytime somebody has come out to make the save for Matt Cardona this past Thursday night on Impact, and then I think it was like a week or two ago, the system were beating up on Myers, or on Cardona, and Myers really didn't do much and didn't attack him. So, I don't know. It's another situation where how is that team dynamic gonna prevail? I'm gonna go with Dark State for this one. I think that's gonna be my official prediction for that. In Knockouts action, Tessa Blanchard with Victoria Crawford in her corner is going to take on Indy Hartwell. This one I hope is really good. I'm going to say Tessa Blanchard, obviously, because I think Victoria Crawford is going to play a role in this match. So that's my official prediction for that one. Mustafa Ali goes one-on-one with Cedric Alexander. Ali looking to get his victory back over Cedric Alexander. And of course, Jason Hotch, John Schuyler, and Tasha Steeles are going to be in Ali's corner. Who do I see winning? I'm going to go with Ali for that one. In a 4-way tag team ladder match for the TNA World Tag Team Championships, it will be the Nemeths, Ryan and Nick Nemeth, defending against the Hardys, the Rascals, and First Class, AJ Francis and Casey Navarro. This one should be exciting because all 4 tag teams are very good in the ring, very entertaining. I think this is going to be a really physical as well as a very entertaining ladder match. The Hardys have put a lot of pressure on themselves, saying that if they don't win the tag titles, they may retire. The Nemeths are looking to douse these other 3 teams' dreams of becoming tag champions. They want to keep the titles. The Hardys, the Rascals, and First Class want to take them. Who do I see winning? Ooh, this is a tough one. I am going to go with... I'm going to say the Hardys. I'm going to go with the Hardys for this one to win the tag belts. Maybe I'm wrong, but I'm going to go with the Hardys to win the tag team titles tomorrow night. Now we head on to the big 2 matches. The first one is a winner takes all match for the TNA Knockouts World Championship and the NXT Women's Championship. It will be Masha Slamovich, the TNA Knockouts World Champion. And according to the Wikipedia page, she's apparently going to be having Lei Ying Lee and Zaya Brookside in her corner as she takes on JC Jane from NXT, the NXT Women's Champion, who of course will have her Fatal Influence friends Valen Henley and Jasmine Nix in her corner. I'm going to say right now, I feel like this is a match that TNA needs to win. Now, I don't know what the result. I don't know who's going to walk out in the main event for the TNA World Championship. But if they have Trick Williams winning that one, then would love to see Masha Slamovich remain not only Knockouts World Champion, but also become the new NXT Women's Champion. If they don't do that, I would like to see maybe a DQ finish, maybe something like that, where neither woman loses the championship, because I don't want to see, no disrespect to JC Jane, no disrespect, but I do not want to see an NXT superstar walking out with another NXT superstar walking out with a TNA championship. I know it's probably good for TNA to get exposure, having their championship shown, but I'm sorry, but this is why what WWE does. They always want things their way. No, you already have Trick Williams as the NXT or as the TNA World Champion. Now it's time for a TNA person to hold one of WWE's championships. And if they don't do that, then do a DQ finish where neither woman loses their title. But I'm going to go with one of two options. I want to see Masha walk out with both titles, or they do a DQ finish where neither woman loses their title. Which brings me to the main event. Trick Williams from NXT defending the NXT, I don't know why I keep saying NXT Championship, defending the TNA World Championship against Joe Hendry and Mike Santana in a three-way. This one I think is going to be really good. I kind of think that they're going to have Trick Williams retain the title, considering he's got friends like First Class. We've seen him work with Wes Lee and his friends, so he's got a lot of backup. But Hendry and Santana, they're not going to give up. They're not going to just lay down. They're going to do their best to try to get back the TNA World title. I'm going to go with Trick Williams for the win. I think he's going to retain the championship. I don't know why I have that feeling, but that's my prediction. Even though I would love to see either Joe Hendry or even, for that matter, Mike Santana, who I think has done a really great job as a singles competitor. And I think it could be his time. But I have a feeling Trick Williams is walking out still the TNA World Champion. So that pretty much wraps up this video. I don't know if I'm going to be watching Slammiversary, but I figured if I don't watch it, I might as well just make my predictions. So with that in mind, this has been my TNA Slammiversary predictions for tomorrow night's event. As always, I am Brian, and have a great week.